guys, I'm sorry this video is a day late. I have been incredibly sick, and I am just now getting to the point where I feel okay showing my face on the internet. But I have a really exciting DIY for you guys, so I'm going to try to get this up as soon as possible. And it is these really cute Christmassy pillow decorations because I have been really wanting some and I haven't been able to find any that suited the sort of decor of my house, and they've all been really expensive. So I thought I would just make my own because it's really easy to find cheap Christmassy print fabric at the fabric store because usually it's on sale around this time of year, and it is just 100% more cheap to do it yourself. So yeah, the first pillow I'm going to show you is so easy to do. Even if you don't have a sewing machine, you can do it. I'm showing you how to do it with a sewing machine, but you can totally sew it by hand if you want. And it's just a very basic like square pillow with a Christmassy print fabric on it. And so yeah, that's like the easiest thing ever, but it looks really cute and decorative. And the second one is a more advanced pillow, I guess. It's more of a pillow plushie, I guess. And it is this candy cane pillow that I just love so much. But it's a little bit harder, obviously. But yeah, stick around if you'd like to see how I made either of these. So what you're going to be needing for the first pillow is some fabric. Obviously, I am using this beautiful red one with these like gold leaves on it, and I think it's so pretty. And then of course, you're going to be needing some stuffing. I just bought mine at Joann's, like the fabric store. You can buy it pretty much any craft store, I think. And it's pretty cheap. So yeah, it's a lot cheaper than buying a pillow. And obviously you're going to need some thread that matches. So I've got this really pretty red thread that just matches perfectly. What do you know? Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut your fabric into 2 squares that are equal sized. So I've got my other square here of equal size, and you want to make them a little bit larger than you actually want the pillow to be because you're going to leave a little bit of room for seam allowances. But you can essentially make them any size or shape that you want. If you want them to be rectangles, you can do that instead of a square. If you want to have triangular pillows or circular pillows, you can do that too. Just do whatever you want. So the next thing that I'm going to do is just pin the off sides of these together. So as you can see, I've got them laid side by side and the pretty insides are facing each other. So when you're done pinning, it should all look like this. Yeah, very pretty. And so now we're gonna go and get on our sewing machine and go ahead and load that up with our red thread, and then we will sew. I don't know why this is sew. It looks like cut. Sew is like vroom vroom. I'm weird. I'm a weird person. So basically what we're going to do, because I'm not going to be able to get a good camera angle with this, I hate to say, is we're going to start at like here place, and we're gonna sew a line all the way around the entire outside of the pillow until we get back to where we were, and we're gonna leave a gap of about yay much so we can stuff it full of stuff. Yeah? Along the edges, and I have left a little pocket here, a little peeky pocket, so we can turn it inside out and stuff it full of stuffing, which would be lots of fun. So I'm just turning this inside out, and as I do that, I'm going to poke my fingers like into the corners and make sure it's all turned inside out the right way. Yeah. Now we are all turned inside out and pretty looking. Oh, so pretty. And we have a nice little pocket. We're gonna go ahead and start stuffing this. Stuffy, stuffy. Stuffy, stuffy. My advice to you would be stuff more than you think you need, because it will kind of like squish down over time. You want these to stay firm. you're going to pin this shut, this little hole shut, and we're going to go in and hand sew it together. There, so now it's pinned together, and we're just going to go in and use some of our thread here to do a little whip stitch across the top, and it'll look nice and neat and beautiful, and we'll be done. Very beginning of the entrance, and I'm gonna start by going from the inside up. That way the knot will be hidden inside. Boom. There we go. I'm just going to do a whip stitch across the top, which essentially means you're gonna go over, across, bing. I know it's really hard to see because of the color of the thread matching so perfectly to the color of the fabric. But yeah, if you can see right there, we just have some really pretty, neat little stitches going across, and you're going to do that all the way across that seam, and then you'll be done. As you guys can see, I have just sewn a really neat little line of stitching right there, and I tied a tiny little knot at the top. You can barely even see it, and then I cut off my thread, and we're done. Last thing I'm going to do is take a piece of packing tape here and just kind of get off any of the little random bits of stuffing that have stuck. Means you, little pieces. Moving on to the more advanced candy cane pillow, you're going to be needing 2 fabrics for this, and you can just use felt or fleece or cotton, whatever you happen to have. I'm using, for the white section, this here old blanket that I have, and it's kind of too small to like do anything with now because I have a bigger bed. And it's just like a nice thin fleece, but it's going to be really, really soft as a pillow slash plushy thing. And then the red part, I'm going to be using this here blanket, and believe it or not, this is the blanket that you get free on your flight, Delta Airlines. Thanks, Delta. The first thing you're going to want to do is double it up, so fold it in half, like so, and then we're going to draw a candy cane shape pattern on it. As you can see, I have done that. I've drawn my candy cane shape. I kind of had to redraw the top, so that's why it looks a little funky, but it doesn't matter because that part better not have shown through. Is not going to show through, thank God. But yeah, you actually want to draw it larger than you think you're going to need to draw it. My first sort of test of this, I did not draw it big enough, and my candy cane was like, this skinny around, and I was like, nope. So you need to consider that you're gonna have seam allowance on either side. So that's why you want to make it quite big. So that is my candy cane. Yay! Now let's cut it out. I have now cut out my candy cane shape. Make sure that if you have colored stuff showing like mine, that it is on the outside when you sew it so that it's on the inside when you turn it inside out. Now that it is all pinned, we're gonna hop on the sewing machine, put in our white thread, and what we're going to do is, remember with the other one how we had to leave a hole to stuff it? We're going to do that with this one, but we're going to want to leave the hole on a like straighter part of the candy cane. So I'm going to do it on this section right here. I'm going to leave like this space here so that we have room to stuff it, and then that will be easier to sew than say if I did it on the very end. Okay guys, so I have sewn all the way around. As you can see, once again, we have a little pocket, and we're just gonna turn this baby inside out and stuff it. Yeah! I have stuffed mine completely, and I'm just going to sew this little bit up just like I did with the first pillow. That is all sewn up. As you can see, we have a nice, neat little stitch up the side, and that will be pretty much completely hidden once we put on the stripes, which is what we're about to do. How cute! How cute is it already? I know it looks kind of like a weird worm, but it'll look like a candy cane soon. So we're going to put this aside for a minute and pull out our stolen red Delta blanket. That's right, guys. Now, what you're gonna wanna do is cut a couple strips that are about an inch to an inch and a half wide. I now have 2 pieces of rather long pieces of fabric. So what we're going to do is just take one of our strippies here and making sure the bad side is down, you're going to just fold the edges in. Mine, the fabric is kind of naturally curling, so I'm not even gonna have to worry about this so much. You're just gonna have to decide, I think, based on your own personal fabric, if you need to sew that down or not. I don't think I'm going to have to because mine is just kind of staying the way it is, and my fabric doesn't fray very much at all on the edges. But if you're using something that does fray, you're probably going to want to sew that down, meaning you're just going to want to like sew these 2 pieces together and then turn it inside out. So what you're going to want to do at first is sort of figure out the angle that you want your stripies to be. I want mine to be sort of like that angle. Yeah. So get it at the right angle, and where it crosses the seam at the bottom here, you're going to want to put a pin right there. Boom. See? Like such. And now you're simply going to wrap it around, making sure that the edges stay tucked in if you did not decide to sew them down. And I'm going to wrap it all the way until it crosses this seam at the bottom. Like so. And I'm just going to pin it there and cut off the extra. As you can see, it's not the most stripy one out there, so we're going to add another stripe, and this one is going to go right, like, sort of in the middle of the other stripe. Oh my gosh. This is looking so pretty. And that is our candy cane plushie almost done. So the very last thing that we need to do is come over here to the seams and just tack down the red stripes with a little bit of that whip stitch that we've been doing this whole time. If you feel like you need to tack down the rest of it, you can totally do that. On mine, because I'm using like fleecy woolly material, it's kind of just like sticking to itself, so I don't think that that's necessary. But again, if you're using a different, more slippery material, you might definitely want to do that, and you can just use a whip stitch, or you can just use tiny little in and out stitches, whatever you want to do. This is the finished candy cane, and it looks so cute. I can't wait to put this out on my couch with my other pillows, and it's just gonna look so adorable. I am so thrilled with the way it came out, and it is so soft and cuddly. Ah! Okay, and I just want to show you the finished seams. That's what they look like, all nice and neat there on the ends. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe for more videos from me. And make sure to hit the like button, especially if you like DIYs and you think I should do more of them. I haven't done one in a while and I kind of missed it. Also, of course, if you replicate either of these two, I would love to see the finished results and see what patterns and fabrics you chose to do them with. And as always, you can share those pictures with me on my Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, whatever you can find. And all the information for that is in the down bar. I love you all so much. I will see you next week. Bye! Ooh, it also subs as a neck pillow. Hey guys, welcome to the end screen. Just a reminder, if you would like to subscribe to my channel and see more videos from me, you can click on my face right here in this box to do that thing. Also, if you would like to see my previous video, I will put a link to it right down here. And if you would like to see my last DIY, which was quite some time ago, I will put the link to that right down there. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.